So when was the next show that had a decent audience again?
The following day we played in Houston, and that one was it was several bands, and it was a good show. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like hasta las chanclas, but it was good. It was a big salon, and it was better. And then I think we played in Hondo the following day after that, and it was a good little show también. But these were small. The Hondo venue was a small venue. Se puso bien. But like, it was a reality check. It's like, oh, in my head, I thought every night was packed, and I learned that it wasn't that way, and I learned the reality of being on the road. And I think we followed with him in the van a couple of weekends, and then we started getting to know each other. I made a really quick bond with AB for whatever reason. We just connected. We connected with everyone, but with AB, there was just this instant connection. He literally started talking to me about music like I knew about music, or like, and about writing. Like, how do you know I even write? But
were you writing at the time?
I wrote little poems, or I wrote little things, but I wasn't a writer per se.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he kind of assumed it, or I don't know if he saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. Maybe he did. AB has that knack. But we formed a really quick bond. And with everybody else too. So about, I want to say, maybe the second or third time, Abraham goes, you know what? Just leave park the van at the house. Come with us in the bus. And like, oh man, we're in the bus.
Wow.
We're touring. And that was the infamous Bertha.
Oh, is that what it was called?
Yeah, the bus was Bertha. It was all primered out, no paint. I mean, the inside was hollow, no AC, no heating. Cracked. The windows were horrible. They were cracked, but it was the most beautiful bus in the world.
This is your life, though. Now, this is your living?
Yeah.
Are you beginning to understand that this is now your career?
Well, it started to sink in a little bit. It started because this was in '88 when we first met him. So this was '88, the summer of '88. I should write a song called "The Summer of '88." The summer of '88 into Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's of that year.
Yeah.
So throughout that year, I would be lying to you if I say I remember Houston and Robstown and Honda, all the little gigs we did. And then he called me, hey, we're doing West Texas for Christmas. Because we're going to go to Midland, Odessa, and I think San Angelo and stuff like that. And actually San Angelo is a real pivotal one. So we do San Angelo, and that night, it was a really good crowd because it was the holidays. And I remember we played like in an old Safeway that was made into a salon de bailes. And I remember that we went up, we played, Selena played, then we played again.
So you're still opening up.
Oh yeah, with the Bad Boys. Okay. Yeah, with the Bad Boys. With the Bad Boys. And once again, they tell me now, and then actually the story was told to us, that when we were, Selena did really well, of course, Selena, but it's like they're still kind of getting not in full force.
Yeah.
We got up and played, and we had the crowd going at the Bad Boys. Once again, we were playing popular music.
Yeah.
Juana la Cubana.
So you were doing covers, basically.
Yeah, we were doing all covers.
Yeah.
We had no original music.
Whereas Selena was doing original stuff.
And covers.
Sure.
Yeah. And she would do covers too. So AB says that his dad went and got him from the bus. Come here. And he goes, what happened? And they said there was like all the windows were kind of like frosted or something, but there was like a hole, like you could see through. He goes, look in through there. What do you see? And I'm saying, now I'm not making this up. This is what they tell me. And he goes, well, let me see. And he looks in. You see that? Yeah. You're getting your ass kicked by two guys from Laredo with a two-man band. And he goes, you're getting your ass kicked tonight. And they didn't tell us that. Later on, they told us that. And they said, AB said, like, Dad, they're playing popular. He goes, well, yeah, why don't you play that? You know, Abraham was very direct.
Sure.
And he knew what he was talking about. But anyway, that happened that night. And I don't know if that sparked what then later happened. Then we played in Midland, Odessa, a place called the Crown Royal. And I remember the night ended, and we're picking up the equipment and stuff. And AB comes up to me and to Joe, and he goes, I need to talk to you guys. And I thought we had messed up again. So the baile had ended, so it's just staff and us picking up stuff. So he takes us into the restroom, and he's like, and he just starts telling us, hey, you guys are cool here. You guys enjoying the small talk type of thing. He goes, yeah, man, it's cool, man. We love the band. You know, stage is awesome. The equipment is awesome. Everything's cool. And I think he said, you guys want to be part of the Dinos? And I go, and I think Joe and I kind of looked at each other like, are you for real? He goes, yeah, man, would you like to be part of it? Like, you want us to join your band? Like join the band?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. And I think Joe and I got like, yeah, hell yeah, man. And like, really, is this for real? And we were kind of like not really sinking in. He goes, yeah, it's for real. And we walked out of the restroom, and I'm sure that everybody else already knew. So he comes out like, "Want to introduce you to the new Dinos, Pete and Joe, and kind of, I think we kind of hugged it out, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, back to rolling chords, you know. And we picked up the equipment, and this was Christmas of 1988. So AB goes, you know what? We usually take 2 weeks off at the beginning of the year. We need to learn your songs so you can come in and start singing songs with Sal. And Joe, you need to integrate. So the first 2 weeks, we rehearsed and integrated into Los Dinos. And that was the beginning of our ride as Dinos, January 1989.
That's the history before the history, because it's a story that not a lot of people know. I don't know how often you get to tell it, but
I've said it a couple of times, but a lot of people don't know it.
Sure, but I mean that's because everything after that is well documented.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I mean everything that you did with AB, with Selena,
Yeah.
on your own, all of that is well documented.
Extremely well documented.
But not a lot of people know the history before what was history.
Yeah.
But you collaborated so well, you and Joe both, with Los Dinos, and it just turned into magic. Really.
Well, the thing is, we were kind of, like I said, I'm a rocker, I'm a baladista, Jose, but we were cumbieros, we were from Laredo, you know?
Yeah.
It's in our blood, dude. It's inevitable. And Joe was también cumbiero también, so AB kind of liked what Joe was doing, and because they were doing more on the Tejano cumbias, and the Tejano cumbias are a little bit, I mean, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but at that time, they were very bland.
Yeah.
They were and it and we were doing drum machines and stuff like that. There was a lot going on, and we were doing Capullo Sorullo and La Cumbia del Negro, and so we were very rhythmic.
Sure.
And AB picked up on that, and I think more importantly, he picked up on what the people like. La gente responds to that. So I think AB read that, and AB, like I said, AB's very good at that, at bringing out the best in people.
Good on them though, because they didn't, they didn't get jealous. They didn't say, they used it to their advantage.
Oh heck yeah!
I mean they could have said, nah, these guys are taking our thunder.
No.
Let them go. I mean,
they
absorbed you guys.
I think AB said, I got some tools here to take me where I want to go with what I have already. And they had a great organization. They had Ricky Vela, or he was in there, incredible writer. Jesse Barra was the guitar player at the time. Of course, Suzette, AB, and then we came in. We came in the picture.
How's your family responding to this at the time?
My dad was a little skeptical first because I think he thought it was kind of cute at first, but when he thought it could be a career, like, oh man, you're not gonna do anything with this. My mom, of course, was my biggest cheerleader, and up to the buildup of joining the band, it was still kind of cute-ish. But when we started touring with them, that became a little bit more real. Yeah, because we're like, oh wow, we're touring with them. We're really working with them. And then we came back and said, hey, we're part of the band. That was kind of like real. And my dad was a little hesitant because they weren't doing that great at the time still. Yeah. And of course, we were getting paid very little.
Sure.
So, in all honesty, I was making more as the Bad Boys than I was making with Selena at the beginning. Because we were making a little bit of money at the time as the Bad Boys. But for the rest of my family, everybody was like so excited. Of course, like people knew who Selena was. My friends were kind of freaking out, like, "What the hell? When did you become a singer, man?" And then
what happened to the AC/DC?
And a Tejano singer? What the hell is up with that? But little by little, and of course, I started writing with AB. Like I said, we did Besitos. Yeah. And then I guess he had faith in me. That song worked. Okay, let's do another one. And we did Bailas de Cumbia, and that worked. And we went on from there, from song to song. And then I think we just had good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And he would tell me, like, check it out. Because, I don't think I'm saying anything nobody knows.
Right.
His Spanish was horrible. Selena's también todos.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was fluent in Spanish was a big plus because he couldn't express himself. And he was like, okay, I kind of want to say this. I go like this. Yeah, like that. And okay, let's talk about this. And we would talk about the subject matter or we brainstorm. And then I write, he would do the melodies and I would do the lyrics. And that's it. And then, of course, the band would put the song together under his guidance, under his leadership.
And is that why you co-wrote a lot of songs? Because it was just really you feeding off of each other, him relying on you,
and vice versa,
so forth.
Yeah.
What was your relationship with Selena? Like how?
Oh man, it was awesome.
At that time, you were already,
Oh no, we all became
family.
We literally became a family. All of us, man. Everyone was. It was a family dynamic.
Yeah.
And then she was so young, man. She was a teenager. I mean, when I met her, she was 16, 17. So era una muchacha, una teenager. And AB's more at my age, so is Ricky. But Suzette, I mean, she was super young. So there was this almost little sister, little cousin dynamic. But then you get on stage, you're like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. But at the same time, when she would get off stage, she was so silly. She was silly, but like a young 16, 17-year-old girl. There was also very closed out from the world in a certain way. Because this was her life. This was her bubble.
And her dad was very protective too.
Incredibly protective.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but no, we had a great relationship with everyone. It was Suzette, with Ricky, and like I said, Jesse at the time, with AB, of course. Like I said, we had a really good connection, and with Mr. Quintanilla, with all of them. Marcela's a sweetheart.
Sure.
Selena's mom. But we had a great relationship. It was a family dynamic, and we were together 24/7, literally. So there was a really, really good relationship there. And like with I always say this story because that just kind of, I want to show what I saw in Selena sometimes, that when we recorded on the first album they did with Capital EMI, which I was part of, we recorded a duet. And when AB told me, he goes, hey, you're going to do a duet with Selena? Are you serious? Yeah. And I thought, I know she's not really incredibly famous at that time, but she's so well enough known that she could have picked somebody that was known. And she could have very easily said, like, nobody knows who Pete is. He barely joined the band. Why are we getting him? All of these things. And on the contrary, she was like, oh my God, that's amazing. We're going to sing a song together. And we went in the studio, and I like, wow, man, there's not a selfish bone in her body for her to want to share this song with me, and nobody knows who the hell I am. And then I went in the studio and I bombed. I was horrible. The moment was too big for me, and I literally bombed.
Which song was it?
It was a song called Ama Me Quiereme. That was the first song we did. AB wrote that one. And
you bombed. How do you bomb exactly? Like
I was out of tune. I was out of timing, and the more they would tell me, I would get worse.
Yeah.
And it just really, really bad, to the point that they just told me to get out of the studio because, and so many words, go learn your material.
Yeah.
And come back. And the person that came to console me, because I went to the bus and I was literally in tears. And she came over like, nah, don't worry about it. You're going to do great. You just got to practice. You're going to see, you're going to come back and you're going to kick it. And it was, the moment was overwhelming because I'd never been in the studio before. And when you put headphones on, you could hear a pin drop. And I was just kind of freaking out. And I just, the moment was too big for me and I wasn't prepared. Or I thought I was. And I was so disappointed in myself, man. I was so down on myself. And I was disappointed that I disappointed them. And then I was disappointed I was going to disappoint my family. And I was just so down on myself. And then she came and picked me up. And I went and practiced. And we came back and we kicked it. And we did the duet. And then we started doing background vocals in the songs. And then I did a second duet. And then I did a third duet. And I'm the only man in this world that can say that sang 3 duets with her. after bombing on the first one. Bombing horribly. And then, of course, all the songs that I wrote with A.B. for her. And then, of course, Bitty Bitty Bom Bom that I wrote with her.
Yeah.
And,
you know, people, all this needs to be documented, you know, not just by you, by everybody in her life, because it doesn't matter how many movies, how many series, how many documentaries they make, nobody knew her the way she was, except those that were in her life, because we only see glimpses on TV, and her performances were, of course, I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
But this, I'm glad that, I'm hoping that you all are documenting everything.
Well, funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. Did you see that segue I put in there?
I did. Well, I opened up the door.
The documentary does that. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not pushing it.
No,
I'm not
I
selling
know.
It. I mean, I know people are gonna watch it, but it really does showcase the journey, the ride, the struggle.
Okay.
And it really does what you just said. You see her as a little girl, and you see her greener than green, a little 10-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl, 12-year-old, 13, 14, 15. And then she grows up to be this incredible superstar. And that's one of the things that I have a lot of satisfaction in, personally, besides everything. Everything is amazing. But something very personal to me is that I got to see it in real time almost.
Yeah.
Because I met her when she was 16, 17, and I saw that little teenager running around the salones with Suzanne and being silly and being goofy. I got to see that little girl, that young woman, a young teenager, turn into a young woman, turn into a superstar, and I was there step by step, album by album, song by song, and I put in my 5 cents worth.
It was more than 5 cents.
And all those,
I'll
sell it for 5.
But you know, I mean, the documentary still, you said how long? About an hour and 20, 30 minutes, maybe?
An hour and a half.
You all lived your lives with her, and nobody's going to know that other than you all.
Does.
That's the thing. I mean, and I get what you're saying. Watch the documentary. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of things that you haven't seen before. But in reality, you all lived your lives with her, and so you always have that perspective that nobody has.
I'd like to write a book one day.
You should.
You know, I really
my point.
like, believe it or not, I'd really like to write just the book of that night when we met, and it's just called The Gig.
I think you can do more than one book.
But I think that
talk to your guy or
that would be
whoever's
really
taking
cool,
care of
because
your
that
stuff.
way how we met that night, the impact of that night, the night that it changed my life. I mean, that was the night that changed my life forever. And it was literally. You see that movie Friday?
No.
You never seen it? I'm sure they have.
Sorry.
Well, it's just about one Friday.
Okay.
You know what? He gets up in the morning and does this, does that.
People are gonna think, who the hell is this guy interviewing Pete? Doesn't know anything. Doesn't remember the name of the bus. Didn't realize
Chris
Bitty
Tucker.
Bomb was it.
Chris Tucker,
Didn't
man, come on.
Sorry.
You got knocked out. You remember that?
No.
You know?
Sorry, Pete.
Anyway, the movie is just about Friday. It's just about one day. This guy gets fired. His buddy's trying to cheer him up, and everything that just transpires in one day. That's kind of like that day. That day, you know, from the moment we went and set up our little equipment to what transpired, take off the equipment, get rid of the equipment. You're not playing. You're playing. That moment, from that moment to the end of the night, when Abraham tells me, "You want to work," end of the book.
That's one book, though.
Then
you need to keep going.
Well,
you need to keep writing books.
I'll settle with one.
You don't have to write it. Somebody will, you know, you just dictate it to somebody.
I'll get a ghostwriter.
Do Chat GPT at this point or something. I don't know. I mean, but you need to document it for sure. And you went on, obviously, to have a stellar career with Selena as a solo artist. I mean, as a songwriter, Pete. I mean, you have done so much. You were made in Laredo, man. I mean, and that's what I'm proud of. I mean,
no, compadre, and you know what? Todo mundo dice que nunca eres profeta en tu propia tierra.
Yeah.
That's not true, man. Laredo's been so kind to me.
Sí.
It's been incredibly kind, incredibly giving. The generosity. I mean, of course, I have a lot of friends here. I grew up here. I mean, I went to school here. My family had businesses here. So, but the generosity of the Laredo people, Nuevo Laredo people, has been amazing, and they've always uplifted me. They've never been like, nah, es de Laredo, no, hombre, cualquier, no. I've never, I mean, I'm sure I have behind my back, but my point is, they've always been very uplifting.
Yeah.
And siempre dice, nunca eres profeta en tu propia tierra. In my case, I mean, I've had nothing but love and positive energy, positive comments from the people in el barrio that go to our dances, to los políticos that acknowledge my work. Richard Raymond took me to the Capitol and gave me a proclamation. The mayor of Laredo has done it. I mean, there's been, and they've embraced me, and I'm grateful to Laredo community from the early years until now, because I'm still working, I'm still putting out music, and they're still listening to me. They're still listening to me.
Looking back, and that's beautiful. I mean, honestly, I don't want to discount what you just said, but looking back, Pete, when did it hit you? At any point throughout all of this, when did it hit you? I made it.
You know what? I don't know, it's gonna sound cheesy, but I don't think I ever said that. I mean, I know as a group, maybe we kind of had that like look on our face, like, holy.
Yeah.
It was more like a holy crap. There's 60,000 people here, that more like that. Like when we went to Monterrey,
Yeah.
and there were like about 90,000 people in an outdoor venue. Like, what those moments were like. They were like, what the moments?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like I made it, or it was like, we got here. We did it.
Yeah.
It was like that. And it wasn't even Selena, like I said, Selena was so unselfish. It's a band. We did it, But it was never like that. Also like that in your face. It was more like an expression, like a feeling. I don't think we ever literally said it like, dude, we made it. I don't think we ever did that.
Not even as a solo artist?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The awards,
Sure.
the fill venues, I don't take any for granted. None of it. But I don't ever think I've had that like that. I mean, because I've been incredibly blessed. Life has given me so much more than I could ever ask for, and then something else happened that surprises me. Like, oh my God! I mean, like working in the movie with Jennifer Lopez. I mean, who would have thought a little Mexican from Laredo is gonna be in a Hollywood movie, side by side with Jennifer Lopez and Edward James Olmos, and I was in a Hollywood movie, man. I'm from the hood, and I'm in the Hollywood movie. I wrote songs for Selena. I sang with Selena.
Yeah.
I can call her my friend. I wrote songs with AB. I was part of Los Dinos, and
Not just songs, man. I mean, big songs that are still listened to today.
They've turned,
all these years later.
They've kind of turned into anthems, and it's really the new generation of fans, man. The new generation of fans is what's keeping her alive, her legacy alive.
Yeah.
And it's really, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. This new generation of fans, the kids, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
She lived such a short life, but she accomplished so much.
Impactful. It impacted so many lives that got to see her in person. But even now, I mean, talking little 6-year-old little kids. I mean, like, it's
But Pete, you had a hand in all that.
I know, and
that's what I want to.
And I'm blessed. I'm telling
you
you,
had a hand. I mean, whether you feel like you changed the sound of Los Dinos or not, or whatever would have happened, doesn't matter. What happened, and you were a huge part of that. I mean, like you said, you sang with her, you wrote with AB. I mean, you wrote songs that won awards and sold millions and millions and millions of copies.
Yeah.
You were part of that, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I asked my last guest this. Are you a role model?
I don't know if I'm a role model. I mean, I think I'm a hard worker. I think I keep it real. I mean, I think, I come from very humble beginnings, and I never forget that.
Yeah.
I know where I came from. I know what I had to do, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'll proudly say, you know what, I wash dishes, man. I washed dishes with my parents at their little restaurant. There was a hole in the wall, but that fed us, and that kept us going. I worked in the fields with my parents and my siblings, and I'm not ashamed of it, because all those things made me who I am. So I guess if you want to say I'm a role model in the sense que nunca, I've never let that just define me, say that's what you're going to be. And I'm not ashamed of that, because because of that is who I am today. And it's that hard work ethic and that what my parents, instilled in me that made me be ready along with Joe. When the time came to play and show up and open up for Selena, we were ready, and that's what got us to that place. And then what we did with Selena, we weren't handed a free ride. We earned it, I think. At the beginning, maybe, okay, let's try these guys out. Because it could have been like, okay, let's try them out for 3 months. Or you know what, it's not going to work. Joe's really not doing anything. And Pete's really not as good a singer as we thought. So we earned our place. Yeah. So in that sense, I guess, yeah. And at the end of the day, you know, hard work, man, it pays off. And I know it sounds very cliche, you know, paying your dues. But I always tell these kids, you have to be prepared, man. You have to be prepared for when that opportunity comes a knocking. You have to be prepared. Yeah. And I think that's what I learned from my parents, que nunca se rajaban, and they did what they had to do, and they did the best with what they had. And I think that's what I've been doing all my life. My life has changed, of course. I've been very blessed. And, you know, success through the music business, success through Selena, obviously. And it's a blessing, man. And I never forget, and I never take it for granted. And I think every fan out there that has bought a CD, they don't make them anymore.
I was going to say, what's that?
An album, a 45, that's downloaded a song, that's bought a ticket to one of my shows, that's bought a T-shirt, you know, anything. I say thank you, because it's because of them that I'm here.
Are your parents your role models?
I'm sorry?
Are your parents your role models?
Oh, hell yeah. My parents, definitely, man. My parents, my mom and dad, I say, man, if my dad would have gone all the way to 6th grade, he probably could have been president, dude. My dad was fearless. My dad was fearless. My mom was kind. My mom's name was Paz. Can you imagine? Peace. I mean, that was my mom's name. And my dad's name was Pedro, which means rock.
Wow.
And that's the name of my publishing company, Peace Rock Publishing. So, yes, my parents are my role models.
Your mom passed away shortly before Selena did, right? A little bit after, maybe, I guess?
No. My mom passed away almost to the date. She passed away on April 11th, 1994. And Selena passed away March 31st, almost to the date, man. I lost two of the most important women in my life at that time. I lost them both in 1 year. My mother, of course, the most important woman in my life, and then Selena, the other one. And in 1 year, I lost both of them. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible year. I don't remember a lot of things. So, but yes, going back to your initial question, my parents are definitely my role models, because my dad was fearless and my mom was kind and patient and loving, and she was the epitome of paz. Really. And I know everybody says their mom's the best, but she really was.
Not really.
No, really, my dad couldn't sing. My dad couldn't sing worth a shit, man. My dad sucked at singing, but he had a passion for it. And I'm telling you, my dad was fearless. And that's one thing that I would, man, if I could be a quarter as fearless as my father was, what could I achieve, man? Because my dad really was fearless. No se le complicaba nada.
Yeah.
And that, yes, definitely my role models, my mom and dad, yes.
Yeah, well, Pete, you are a role model, just based on everything that you say, and people will pick up on that. I mean,
well,
you're not going to say that, but yeah. Even though I asked you about when did you realize you had made it, you never said, oh, I knew I made it. No, you didn't. You know, that wasn't your answer. So just a real quick exercise here that I want to do with you. I'm going to name a song, and then the first words that come to your mind, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Como la flor.
Selena.
That's the one word that comes to mind?
Yes, of course.
You co-wrote that song,
I
right?
co-wrote that one for her. And the thing is, I say Selena because that was her anthem.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, and as a matter of fact, if you say Como la flor to anybody other, that's the first thing they're going to say. Because that was like her anthem, and it became her anthem.
Amor Prohibido.
Scary. I was scared. When I wrote that song with AB, I was scared because that's the only rebellious song that I kind of wrote. And when I finished writing the lyrics, I told David, dude, I don't know if you're going to like this one. He goes, why? Well, maybe you're cool, but I don't think your parents are going to like this one. And in all honesty, it has nothing to do with her and Chris. It has nothing to do with the relationship. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do a little bit. We have to do a lot of it. There's just with Mr. Quintanilla's family, their grandparents, went through a similar situation, and he would always tell us a story about that. So we applied some of that to that. But at the same time, in my head, I always wanted to write a song that sounded like a novela, like like I grew up watching novelas with my mom, and that Los ricos también lloran, y all of these novelas, they're very dramatic names. And I remember I had the name Amor Prohibido in my head for a long time. So when AB approached me to do that song, I have the title for that song, and I wrote it around that, a prohibited love. And in this case, the typical relationship, el rico con la muchacha pobre, or vice versa. The social class is not mixing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, love wins. So who cares what your parents say? And that's the part that scared me, because I don't know, everyone's not gonna want me to, her daughter saying that. And ironically, and once again, has nothing to do with Chris and Selena, nothing. But ironically, if you listen to the song, it kind of turned into their story.
Funny how you point that out, though. Funny how you said a couple of times it was not about.
Well, because
but then it turned out maybe.
Because it's not. But ironically, you know how life imitates music and music imitates life sometimes. Or what? How did that saying go? Life imitates.
Yeah.
But in this case, they imitated that song without even knowing it.
Baila esta cumbia.
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a good time with that one.
Oh man, that's
you
the one
that
got.
Would dance and.
That's the party song that got us into Mexico, man. That's the one that did it. Yeah.
Last one. ¿Cómo te extraño?
Oh, my mom.
Yeah.
My mom. I wrote that with AB and Joe, and like I said, I lost my mom in '94, and when Selena passed, I want to say a couple of months later, AB approached me about writing a song. And I had thought about it too, but we hadn't really talked about it. And it's funny because when we finally started talking, we kind of had the same ideas. And it was kind of one of those like, well, I want the song to be about this. Like, yeah, like that, yeah. And vice versa. And I go like, I think I told him, I really don't think this song should talk about Cell. Or he told me, no. Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't talk about Selena. He goes, and it really shouldn't talk about death. No, it's just about longing somebody, longing the presence of someone, or missing somebody so bad. And it's also, it has to be kind of a healing, not only for us, but a healing for everyone that was missing her. So that was kind of the idea. Like, we're gonna heal in the process, but hopefully we'll bring some healing to everybody out there for what we're going through. But at the end of the day, then they can take that song and turn it into their song with their personal lives.
Yeah. My favorite Pete Astudillo song, Completamente Enamorados.
Oh, that's amazing, man. And it's funny that you should say that, because that's one of the few ones I didn't write.
But you sang it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, what I meant is, like, when you went solo, my favorite Pete Astudillo song was Completamente
I love that song. Of course, that's a song by Chayanne. And of course, like I said, I listened to a little bit of everything. And I remember I was like, man, that would be a great cumbia. And then, because I love Chayanne, I like his music. Yeah. And I love his energy.
I didn't know that. I just know I liked the song.
Yeah, it's a Chayanne song.
What was your first solo? Go ahead.
No, go listen to it after we finish here.
I will. Well, I listened to it before we got here, and I'll listen to it again.
No, but with Chayanne.
You know okay.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, Pete, I left behind. You know, this was I started out in Tejano radio. I mean, my career was launched because of Tejano radio.
Wow.
I didn't, and that's my story, but yeah, so I hadn't been going through some of this stuff. I was like, wow, like I can't, like, there was just so many familiar things to me because I was in it, I think you went solo when I was in Austin. I was working at I don't know if you ever visited there or not. KKLB 92.5.
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
man.
and you went solo. I don't know that I ever saw you perform. I might have seen
We
you
used
perform in
to
Austin.
we used to play a lot in Austin. We used to do
Yeah.
Escape and
I worked at the Escape Club.
we played
Congress
Escape.
and Riverside. I was
Yeah.
upstairs. Yeah.
Well, that, you did,
Well,
you
I
did see me.
introduced-
You
well, I
did
saw
see
you
me
there.
then.
Were you doing their solo?
I did. Well, I did with Selena, and then
I
I did.
introduced. You know how you bring the band
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I introduced Selena at one of the gigs at Escape.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know that I saw you solo when I was there.
That was one
Do
of our
you-
that was one of our regular places.
There was in Austin. There used to be in South Austin. It was called South Park Meadows,
Yeah,
and it was
the
the
metal.
Sting played there. I mean, played there, and
Dude,
you all,
they used to have huge concerts.
yes,
I saw the cars there.
you all played there. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah, I think I do.
And I think La Fiebre opened up. Or either you all opened up for La Fiebre. I don't know. But I mean, I was in this world. And so going back and seeing all this again was like, whoa.
Wow.
But I hadn't really been in it. You've been in it, your entire career. But I mean, we need an episode 2 of this. We'll get some people to digest everything you've
one of
talked
these days,
about.
I know there's some videos out there. I think I have one at Escape
Okay.
performing. I'll send it to you.
Well, I
man.
was upstairs drinking beers, so I wouldn't have come out. And as I came out, introducing Selena.
No, but that was a great venue. We played there a lot. We
Yeah.
played there quite a bit.
I forget the name of the owner, but they were.
No, I remember. I'm not gonna remember
Yeah.
the name. No, don't. I can't go that far back.
Yeah,
but
but
that was a great place.
so anyway, just so this was fun for me because I started in this world.
Wow.
So congratulations, man. And I mean,
I took you down memory lane, dude.
you did. But I mean, the memory is about you because you
Yeah.
were made in Laredo and you made history. And you were such a huge part of Selena. And then you went on and continued.
Yeah.
And so congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, it's been an incredible journey, an incredible ride. Some mishaps along the way, and we dealt with them and moved on and made the best of it as much as we can. But I mean, it's been a blessing. I mean, God, like I said, God's been really good to me, man. Really, really kind to me. There's nothing I could say, you know what? The days I spend in the fields with my family or washing dishes or sweeping the floors, dude, I'll do that again a million times if it guarantees me that I'm going to live the life that I lived. Because it's been an amazing life. I've had amazing people in my life. I still do, such as you. And it's a great ride, and God willing, we still got a little bit more damage to do. Yeah, we got like you said, we got new music coming out. We're doing some cool stuff. I'm still working with Abe. I'm working some stuff with him. I'm working with Chris too. So like as in this last song that we did. So there's a lot. I mean, there's things that we're doing and still that are it still excites me.
Yeah.
I think the moment I'm not excited anymore or even a little scared, because I like being a little scared. Like, can I do that? Oh man, does that sound good? I mean, I still kind of question myself. I think the moment I stop questioning myself or being excited or even a little scared, I want to enjoy it anymore because it gotta keep that adrenaline's gotta go, and I think I still have it still. So hopefully there's a little bit more Pete Astudillo left over.
And you can, I mean, realistically, you can stop at this at any time.
Realistically, but I love it, man. I enjoy
Go back
it.
open a restaurant, maybe.
No more restaurants. I already did that many times. No, I do love the restaurant, and I love
Really?
to cook. And I at the house, I cook all the time, and I enjoy. You know what? I found cooking and very therapeutic, kind of like music. It's like when I'm writing a song, we're putting it together in the studio. I see the same process when I'm cooking something. I'm preparing something. I'm adding this. I'm adding that. Well, maybe that's not traditional, but let's put it anyway. Maybe it'll work. And then you put it all together, and then you serve it, and you see, okay, let's see what's the response. Did they like it? Maybe no, le voy a echar menos chile a la próxima. O le voy a echar un
But do
poquito.
you enjoy the food?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy eating the food?
I'm a huge
you enjoy
foodie.
the
I
music
like
too, same
food.
thing,
I
yeah.
like food and music are my passion, man.
I wanted to ask you before we wrap up. You're familiar with Cantarranas Country Club, right?
Yes,
And
of
Jorge
course.
Medina, Choche Medina.
I know Choche Medina, toda la palomilla.
That banner back there that
Yes.
was made by Choche Medina, so I got to give him a shout out.
Un saludo para Choche y
Yeah.
toda la palomilla en el Cantarranas. My good friend Beto Ramon that wrote
Yeah.
the song, the official song for the Cantarranas Country Club. Saludos Beto, un abrazo para ti.
Yeah.
And all la palomilla, Choche and everybody over there, we were there earlier this year. I went with Bird, and man, it's like you should. Have you been
I've
there?
been, yeah.
It's like
Did
taking.
you sign the garage?
I think I did.
Yeah.
And it's like taking a step back in time.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I mean, it's like 1982 all over, or 1985 all over again. But it's such a great
And these
onda.
are guys that love music.
Oh, yeah.
And they get together pretty much every Thursday, and they just jam,
It's a
or
jam.
they just hang out,
It's a jam.
And so I just wanted to recognize Choche. I know he'll appreciate that. He made the banner.
Choche, un
We'll
amigo
get you to
Choche.
sign the banner.
Y toda la palomía en el Country Club, el Cantarranas Country Club.
I mentioned them a few times on KGNS because I know people aren't going to know what it is, right?
It's
people,
hilarious.
I've heard of the Laredo Country Club, but never the
The
Cantarranas Club.
No, this is the real one, man.
That's right. I've got the new shirt and everything. I already displayed that. I mean,
hilarious.
and I have no business being there. I'm not in music or anything. But
Yes,
Choche,
yeah, that you.
But
you-
yeah, but Choche is a great guy.
we bring everybody in. It's a big tent.
It really is. And you know, you talked about Bird. Got to shout out Bird.
Yeah,
Bird is
man.
one of the good guys. He really helped you out a lot. How did you get him on La Carcacha? Was that?
But that was but like I said, but they were friends with them.
Yeah.
With Bird, and I remember when we started playing with Selena, Bird would go on the road with us once in a
Really?
while. Yeah, and he would do security. I mean, they didn't really hire him to do
Yeah.
security, but he just kind of fell into the role. One time, I'll tell you a quick story about Bird. We were playing somewhere, and it was this necio dude at the bus. We had finished playing. And the guy was being necio that he wanted an autograph. I want an autograph, Selena. And then Selena was already in the bus, and it was over. You know, she had given autographs to everybody. It's not like she just went and hid.
Yeah.
But he didn't get one. So he's banging on the window, and he breaks the window from the bus, from the door. And at that point, I think Bird had already gone out because he was hanging out with us. And tell, hey, dude, cálmate. No, quiero un autograph. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe one of the days you'll get it. But bottom line, Bird, after he breaks the window, Bird grabs him. And he puts him on the floor, kind of like to calm him down.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't. So he gets his shoelaces, man, and he ties him. He ties the dude. So the dude's like on the floor. Hey! And then Mr. Quintanilla, what's going on here? Well, he broke your window. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
But anyway, that's the kind of stories with
Bird
the Bird.
is-
Pero como
dude.
quiera, Bird, I think, I don't know if it was AB, or it might have been AB that thought it would be cool to do the whole intro with that.
Yeah.
Because I think he had introduced us sometimes. And of course, Bird's voice is amazing.
Yes, sir.
So he did that, the costa costa, de
Yeah.
frontera frontera. And then of course he did la carcacha.
And as DJs, we were like, whoa, you know, like he was our idol because,
Yeah,
you know,
and
him and Joe Morales. You know Joe Morales?
Oh, yeah. Hey, don't
Tito.
forget Peter Alvarez, man.
Oh, that's true. How could I forget Peter
Dude,
Alvarez?
I was
Yeah, my
with him
bad.
last week, both
Yeah.
of them. Can you imagine between both of them, Peter Alvarez and Bird, and the more they talk, the deeper they got. Jesus.
And then it sounds like you're listening to a
they're all
commercial.
They're all deep in each
Yeah.
other.
It sounds like you're listening to a commercial, you know, like you feel like they could break it out, you know, at any moment, you know?
Before I forget, as a matter of fact, right now we got all this music that's coming out. Okay, let's recap. El Ritmo Se Acabó featuring Chris Perez coming out November 14th. Christmas song coming out in December. David Lee Garza, Los Musicales, collaboration with me. Haces Falta Tú, a tribute to Flaco Jimenez. All of this is coming out before the year's over. And then at the beginning of the year, si Dios quiere, we got another song. And the reason I'm bringing this song, guys, is because I got Bird in it.
Oh,
we got. But you know what? I need to bring Bird back in
Yeah,
and do his
absolutely.
DJ thing. So be looking out for a song with Bird next year.
I did a show with Bird for a few months on 106 when it was down, Q106. I don't know if you ever came to see us.
I
but,
think I probably did.
He's a character. He is a cagapalo and a
He's
half, dude.
he's
I mean,
amazing, dude.
he is
I love that guy.
hilarious. Yeah.
Peter
One of the
Alvarez,
good
all the
guys.
palomillas.
Yeah, I didn't get to work with Pete too much. Joe Morales for me was like,
Oh,
when
yeah.
I saw that guy, I was like, you know, I want to do that.
That voice,
you know?
dude.
Yeah, it's
That voice, man.
unbelievable. Pete, God bless you, brother.
Go, buddy.
I'm going to
Thank
be
you.
seeing you around anyway, but I'm glad we were able to get you in here and maybe I'll get Bird in here. And Joe
You
in
should,
there.
man.
Bird will be like a 5-hour conversation, though.
Dude.
man. That's
No,
the
but
thing.
you're gonna have
You
stories
can talk,
out.
bro.
But
You can talk.
thank you so much. And you know, I'll take the time to say this. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones.
Thank you.
And happy
Likewise.
holiday season. Feliz Navidad. Un próspero año nuevo para cualquier cámara que me estén
Whichever one,
viendo
all of them.
en esta. Mis mejores deseos para cerrar el año. y mis mejores deseos para el 2026. Christmas song, ya nació el Rey de Reyes. Ask for it, okay? It's going to be a good one. God bless you. Thank you for so much love, for so much support, por aguantarme por tantos años. Y si Dios quiere, I'll be here a little bit longer. God bless you. Thank you so much.